Hi, I'm Dobby, but you can call me Dabz. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a list of anticipated books for 2023 Korean edition. So these books are going to be by Korean authors, or they're going to have kind of Korean culture aspects or Korean history. And I did a video very similar to this in the beginning of 2022, where I shared the most anticipated Korean reads of 2022. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. It'll be up there. But this time I have five books for you guys. Actually, four technically. One of them was already released in 2022, but I still wanted to mention it. So the first book that I have for you guys is called And Break the Pretty Kings by Lena Chung. And this book is a young adult fantasy, I'd say historical fantasy because it has aspects of history and you'll see why I kind of describe it like that. So this book comes out, it says it's anticipated this summer. There's no specific date yet. But inspired by the three ancient kingdoms of Korea, this story follows the main character and crown princess of the kingdom Silla. Her name is Mire. And her mother is dying. Mire is ready to take her mother's throne and inherit the magic that blesses the women of her bloodline. But just as Mire is about to inherit the throne, her brother is kidnapped, and a deadly monster is unleashed into the world. Mire, with her dangerous power to go back in time, she must save her brother and the nation. So the second book is called Sea Change by Gina Chung, and this book is fiction. I think it's adult fiction, and it comes out April 11th of this year. In this book, the main character Ro is lonely. In her 30s, she isn't happy with her life. Even her best friend has become very distant as she plans for an upcoming wedding. Ro's only companion is Dolores, a giant octopus. Interesting. When Dolores is sold to an investor planning to move her to an aquarium, Ro sinks deeper into her loneliness. And this story is kind of about the main character, Ro, dealing with childhood trauma and finding herself in her life and her place in this world. So the next book is called Throwback by Maureen Go. And this book is a young adult sci-fi contemporary fiction. And this one also comes out on April 11th. This book is about Samantha Kang, which is the main character, and she's the daughter of a first-generation Asian American immigrant. Her mother, Priscilla, which is the first-generation immigrant, has never really gotten along with Samantha. And after a big fight, Samantha somehow unexpectedly gets transported back in time to high school in the 90s, and she meets a teenage Priscilla, which is her mom. She meets the teenage version of her mom. And this story is kind of about the immigrant experience, especially in the 90s, and you get to follow Samantha as she tries to find her way back to her own time. The fourth book is called The DoOver by Suzanne Park, and this book is a romance fiction. I think it's more like adult fiction rather than young adult. This one comes out April 4th. There's a lot of Aprils, 3 Aprils. In this book, best-selling author Lily Lee applies to a job at a consulting firm, but she finds out that she never actually completed college after like a background check that the firm does, and she's a few college credits short, so she's forced to go back to college. And as she goes back, she kind of gets to relive her senior year experience. She even has some of the same professors as her first time in college, and even weirder, her econ TA, like economics teaching assistant, happens to be her old college boyfriend. As she reopens these relationships of the past, you follow Lily's second chance as a college senior. I think that one's going to be interesting. And the very last book, which is the one that came out in September of 2022, it's a fantasy, a young adult kind of mythology, like aspects in it book. It's called Last of the Talons by Sophie Kim. And in this book, main character Shin Lina, her entire Talon gang has been destroyed. And she has no other choice but to become a weapon, kind of like a henchman, like for a deadly crime lord. And when her crime lord boss orders her to steal a tapestry from a Dokkaebi temple, Lina suddenly finds herself in the Dokkaebi realm. So if you don't know what Dokkaebi is, it's like this is the mythology part of it. It's a Korean kind of creature that is similar to like a goblin, I would say. And Lena can only stay alive in this realm if she kills the realm's emperor. And with her life on the line, she must outplay the emperor and get out of the realm and kind of back to her own place, her own world. I think that the most interesting book will be Throwback because I think the idea of it is very like unique. I think in 2022 I read a lot of like fantasy kind of aspect, and Throwback is more YA fiction. It's realistic besides the point that she goes back in time. Like that's like kind of sci-fi aspect of it. So I think that will be very interesting, especially kind of because it's like it's kind of a period piece, I'd say, because it's set in the 90s. And I'm excited for that one the most, I think. If you guys have any, if you know of any kind of Korean or Asian American or Asian like books that are coming out this year that you're excited for, or you want me to, you recommend to me, or anything like that, leave them down below in the comments. So that would be the end of my list of books that I'm introducing to you guys. If you like this video, then like this video and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and happy reading. That